morning. Yes, it's Saturday morning, and it was really nice out this morning, but now it's gotten overcast again, or it's become overcast. Clouds have rolled in. It's going to rain. It was raining last night. I think it's going to rain again. Getting rid of the snow, which is nice. And the snow goes, the cold goes. Sort of. I would say if it's snowy outside, wear more because it's going to be cold. Beautiful sky, beautiful sunrise. But that's gone. So it's about 9:30. And I've already started. I got up early this morning, around 6. So I've puttered. I had my slow breakfast. I read all the papers, all that stuff. Then I started working. I had an idea. This happens. It happens quite often. I had an idea about what to do with my morning class and how to get some students to do more speaking in connection with the unit that we are working on. Which we are working on is Canada. We're working on Canada. Getting to know all the provinces and the territories. How is this a real life, real world activity? Well, I don't know. When I'm going across Canada and I live here, I need to know where I live. I live in Cambridge, Ontario. I live near Toronto, Ontario. So knowing that you live in Ontario is kind of useful. In the summer, you might want to travel, knowing, that you could go to another province. Many have gone to Quebec. Some have gone to, Manitoba or Saskatchewan. Knowing where you are in the world, I think, is a real world activity, really. I don't care if it doesn't mean going to the grocery store. Knowing where you are in the world. And these people do travel. They do travel, so I think this is a real world activity. Also knowing what city you're in, knowing perhaps the capital cities, because those are the biggest ones, more interesting ones for tourists. Knowing the tourist attractions in each province, perhaps, might be a reason to travel there, so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm trying to justify what I'm doing here because, Yeah, so I've been working on that a little bit. It takes time. You don't realize it does until, you've gotten this far and you're going, what have I done? It's this late and I've only gotten this much done. Because it takes time. Spoke with my mother this morning. I was planning on going to see my dad this afternoon, but she's not going to be there. She went yesterday. So I am just going to go out to a memorial for a former mayor of this city, and before we amalgamated the town where I used to live, where my parents live, and where my mother lives, where I grew up. She was the mayor, the first mayor of that town. And then when the cities or towns amalgamated, she became the first mayor of the city. And she had since gone on to become a regional person, and she kept on, sticking with public service. And I actually ran into her a few years ago when I was walking around. But she died last week, stomach cancer. And there's a memorial for her today at the City Hall from 2 to 5. So I'm going to go to that. So I asked my mother if she wanted to go to that. She didn't. She said she wasn't really interested. And she's not interested in anything. all she does is every other day she goes to see my dad, and then she cleans the house. Today she hasn't been to the mall lately. She's forgotten where things are at the mall. And then she says that my dad is forgetting more and more, that he can't remember the most recent things. He only remembers things from his childhood. I don't know if she's just regurgitating conversations she's had before and just saying things so that she has something to say, because I never find him to be as bad as she says he is when she talks to me. When I go there, he's just pretty normal. But whatever. This is my mother. This is why we don't hang out. I can't take her. And she always has judgmental things to say about the people around her. So if that's all she can talk about, she can't talk to me. And if she can't figure that out, that's too bad. And I know I'm really being harsh. And, you know, she's my parent. She's my mother. She's a person. And if that's not a person I can get around, get along with, then, you know, there's no sense in being with that person. So I keep my contact limited, as I have noticed many of you do, with your relatives and parental units. Not you, perhaps, but many people do that too, which I never noticed before. Until I started changing and coming up with my own decisions. I think it's a bit of dust there that I don't like. I got fed up because with things that have been going on with my hands, I haven't been doing the cleaning this week that I usually do, the little puttering around cleaning that keeps things manageable. So I did that this morning. Cleaned the bathroom. Tidied. We went to the mall yesterday. Whoa, big surprise. We went to the mall yesterday. And made 2 purchases. Whoa. One really big one. One smaller one. Out of my tutoring money, I made a purchase of a bowl that I had my eye on lately for the living room table, for the coffee table. Because that coffee table has become a, sleeping area for the cats. I don't approve of this. And there was no centerpiece, and I wanted a centerpiece. So I bought a bowl for the coffee table. It's metal, and it has an interesting carving inside. I like it. Like I said, I've had my eye on it for a while. Expensive, but nice. And then we also bought something else we've had our eye on for a while, a couch. We bought a new couch. So we're going to just get rid of our old couch because it is a big black leather couch that scratched easily and from cats, and was a resting area for them. In ways that weren't useful for a couch. So this couch, which is not as wide, not as good for resting, where cats like to rest, which is on top, right, and on the sides, doesn't have big, wide areas, which I just said. It's not black, it's brownie, light brown, not beige, darker than beige, whatever that color is. I don't know. He said it, but I can't remember. And it's not flat, it's patterned. It's leathered. It's Canadian. It's solid wood and leather. It holds more because there's not so much taken up by the armrests in the back. So it is, even though it's the same size, it will hold 3 people very comfortably, very roomily. And of course, this Easter, nobody's coming. So much for my big, get ready for Easter. No, not happening. Because my son's in Korea, and my sister-in-law and her guy are down in Arizona, and her son is going somewhere, not coming here for Easter because probably she's not here. So it's going to be a very small Easter. My daughter and her husband and my mother, and us. So, wow, exciting. I don't know if we're going to do the Easter egg thing. I don't know. That was a big thing, right? All the kids and any adults, any older people who felt like getting involved. Now, most of these people are not going to be here. It's going to be a quiet Easter. So we'll see. We might just play, crokinole or board games or something. Things change, right? So, I think that's everything that I can think of that we've done last few days. Yeah, that's it. I think there's lots there. Yeah. So I'm going to get back to work, figuring out how to make people talk about Canada. I have good ideas. I come up with these things in the morning as I'm lying in bed, just before I get up. Kind of cool. It's my thinking time. Hey. Ooh, there's a brief open area in the... Well, the clouds have changed. They've become a cumulocirrus, not just solid cover, it's broken cover. There's no blue, but it's cloudy and gappy and sunny in my face. Yeah. Okay. Long enough. See you later. Talk.